Write down. Sleep. Sleep. Don't sleep, I'm talking topics. Okay. How many of you have this problem while reading a book you sleep? While reading a book, you go to sleep. All of you have this problem? Yeah. So there was one student who came to meet me, and 2 days before he told me this issue, this problem. Sir, how to overcome this problem? So I said, okay, don't worry, I'll tell you. First thing you do is read an interesting book. He said, still I sleep, sir. I said, okay, you sleep, it means that you haven't taken adequate sleep. Overnight, you should sleep for 7 to 8 hours. He said, I sleep for 7 to 8 hours, sometimes 9 hours also. Still I sleep. Then I told him that, see that you don't read on bed or somewhere. Use a table and then you will, he said, on table also I sleep. Now what to do? I said, okay, I have a cup of coffee. He said, after coffee also I sleep. I said, you are reading a grammar book, I think. He said, not grammar book, I read an English book. And I did not have any answer for this actually. Technically there is no answer for this. Yes or no, guys? If a person is feeling sleepy, even after all these methods, even after all these suggestions, then we can't help him. What is the solution for this now? Okay, I can give you one or two more suggestions. First is you sleep out because you don't understand. And why you don't understand? Because vocabulary is new for you if you're reading an English book. And therefore you sleep. Okay, okay. That is not a real solution for this. Then I will say, well, sit on a table, sit using a table. Don't read on bed. Okay, but he sleeps on table also. So guys, the solution is not any tip or anything as such. I will give you my own solution, which I have experienced it. So I want to ask you one question, tell me. Do you feel sleepy when next day your exam is there? Tomorrow your exam is there, morning. Do you feel sleepy? No. Everyone is saying no. Then why do you feel sleepy earlier? You don't feel sleepy one day before. Why do you feel sleepy on the normal days, on the average days? What is the reason behind this? Yes, the reason is?
We are not taking that much interest to read that book.
We are not taking that interest. Or rather we will say, we don't have the strong reason to read that book. Sleepiness and all these things, use this method and use this technique. All of you have this experience. Your mama tells you that get up early in the morning, you get up in the morning, you study, you can concentrate. So all of you have experienced this. You get up in the morning, you take a hot bath and then take 1 cup of tea and then sit for studies and again sleep. And get up at your regular time. That is 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Has it happened to you? So guys, I want to ask you one question. How many of you have problem of getting up late in the morning? You can't get up early in the morning. You have these problems? All of you others, you get up in the morning. What time you get up? What time you get up? 6 o'clock.
I was from that problem, sir.
What time you get up? 5:30? 5:30? Should I ask your daddy? Okay, what time you get up?
Sometimes 8, 9.
8 or 9 o'clock. Okay, okay. See, don't feel guilty. They are not telling the fact actually. And they don't get up at 6 o'clock. Because we are recording, so they are saying like this. And this will not go on Facebook, don't worry. Actually, all of you get up late, I know that. I also get up late on Sunday. And the reason is, I don't have a reason on Sunday morning to get up. Other days I have a reason. What is the reason? The reason is, papi pet ka sawal hai. What to do? You have to get up. You have to go to office. As simple as this. Yes or no, guys? I mean, I have to get up. I have to come here. I have to take care. See, understand, even I also feel sleepy when I read a book actually. But I have a strong reason to read that book, and the reason is very emotional, you know. We are not human beings, we are emotional beings. Nothing can motivate us than the emotions, strong emotions. You have the problem of getting up early in the morning. Imagine your mama is coming from Mumbai. She will come at the railway station at 4 o'clock. Will you get up in the morning?
Yes.
Or will you forget? I don't think so. No alarm is required, yes or no? Even alarm is not required. And even if you set up alarm, 1 o'clock you will get up and check the alarm. Right? Do you remember the school trip? I mean, we had the school trip. And the teacher told you to come at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock at most. We have to go to Mahabaleshwar somewhere. That ST would come, red color, and you were the first one there. You were the first one on the gate. The watchman is shocked actually. What do you want? What do you mean? Bus is there, we're going for a trip. Now you don't have a reason, you know, why you are late. Because you have a very strong reason to get up in the morning, guys. You have a strong reason to get up in the morning. Why you can't read a book? Why do you feel sleepy? You don't have the reason. The strong reason. I have a strong reason. I mean, PhD. Can you imagine those international journal papers I was reading? They were so boring. But I had a strong reason. The reason was the prefix behind my name. DR, doctor. I was craving for that. So that was the main initial reason behind getting up and going and doing my PhD work. So, do you have a strong reason to read a book? That's all. I don't have any other answers, solutions for this. Do you have a strong reason why you should? Otherwise, you will feel sleepy again, no matter which methods I tell you. And here, you have to be very emotional. I'm very emotional, actually. How many of you are emotional? Raise your hands. Emotional, all of you? I'm very emotional, actually. You can see me getting emotional while speaking also. You can figure it out that I get emotional. And because of I'm emotional, I'm more focused and dedicated. Because I have experienced my failures in life. I had my share of failures and insults and humiliations and debacles in my life. I had all these things. And I know that to come out of this, there is only one thing that can pull me out of that, and that is reading. So whenever I touch a book, I don't feel sleepy. I remember all my issues, my problems in my life that I faced. And my mind tells, Sandeep, if you want to come out of this, there is only one way, and that is read. It's as simple as that. As simple as that. No matter which book you read, it's a Marathi book or Hindi book or any other language. For me, I'll tell you why I read a book and why don't I feel sleepy. Because understand, if my communication is not good, how I'm going to survive? Communication skill is my bread and butter. Who is going to take care of my family? So for me, reading is life and death. Is it for you? Is reading life and death for you? Is it as important as that? For me, it's survival, because I'm a trainer, you know. If my communication is not good, if my psychology is not good, how am I going to survive? When something becomes a question of survival, when something becomes a question of survival, you will never feel sleepy for that, because you have a very strong reason. My reason is, I have to take care of my family, I have to take care of my kids. You know? And for me, that reading is a must. In my field, reading is a must. I can't survive without reading. How can I get better in my vocabulary? I can't. How can I help my students to overcome their emotional and mental problems? It's only possible due to reading. A person who is preparing for UPSC, 8 to 10 hours they read. They don't feel sleepy because they have a strong reason. That reason is, yes, I want that post, So, even they can't sleep actually, Their problem is they can't sleep. They can't sleep. Even they want to sleep, they can't sleep because, understand, the hormones that are necessary to keep you awake, you don't need a coffee for that. Coffee is also not needed. When you have that, tomorrow morning I have my exams. Or, like, if I don't get a job, I can't survive. I can't survive. And to get a job, I have to clear this exam, and to clear this exam, I have to read. Answer is very simple. How badly you want it. How badly you want it. What? Success in life. Job in life. How badly you want it. For me, I want it very badly. So reading is not a hobby for me. No, reading is survival for me. It's a survival for me. If I don't read, I will not be able to sustain in this competitive world. It's a survival for me. And that is the strong reason for reading. I don't feel sleepy while reading. Yeah, vocabulary is difficult. Yes, it's difficult. Even on bed also, I don't sleep. I don't sleep even in bed also. Because I know that. And guys, for example, your dad, he has a responsibility of taking care of you people. And that responsibility will not allow you to sleep. I have experienced it. I know that. When you have 3-4 people in your home to take care of, when you have to pay their bills, when you have to pay the medicine bills, all of you, your dad will never say that, I'm feeling sleepy, I want to sleep in home and office, forget the office. Has your dad said that? I don't think so. Even he doesn't feel like going. I remember, who was that? I remember my dad actually. Another example is there, but I'll give you an example of my dad. Around 10th July, 1999, my mama was telling my dad that, you are not feeling well, so why do you go to office? My dad did not listen. He pulled out his scooter, that Bajaj scooter was there, he pulled out his scooter and went to office. And I was not that matured enough at that time, I was just 21 years old. Why do you go, Dad? Take rest. No. He went, and when he came back, he was admitted to hospital, and that night he expired, he died. Because now I realized that what dad is, why they do it. Because they have to take care of their kids. They have to keep the roof on your head and food on your table, clothes on your body. And that was the reason why my dad, in spite of having heart issues, he went to the hospital. Late. He went at 7 o'clock. He went to office, came at 4 o'clock from office, and 7 o'clock he was admitted to hospital. Now tell me, the reason is strong, no? There is a strong reason to go to office. One joke goes in this way, that if you don't feel like going to office, take a home loan. When you take a home loan, you will go to office. right? And if you don't like your boss, especially, have kids. You will love your boss. You will say, I love your boss. Anyone has kids? You have kids? No, you can understand. You have kids, sir? You can understand what I'm saying. You can relate to me. And when you don't like your work, you know what to do. As I said before, buy a car with big EMIs. You have to go. So, see, this thing is, I can't concentrate while studying. It's bullshit. When next day exam is there, and when there is no other option for you than to pass, you will never feel sleepy there. You will burn the midnight oil. All of you have done that. I have done that during my engineering days. I will tell you one story of mine, till my engineering, till I finished my BTech. I will tell you, I failed in engineering 1 year. Because all of you have this, padhai mein dhyan nahi lagta, I can't concentrate. So I was also having the same problem. I couldn't concentrate. I failed an exam. Okay, and then from 1998, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, this 4-5 years, God decided to punch me on my face. I was punched brutally. It is said that teachers and parents will try to discipline you, but the world will punish you. The world will not discipline you. So I was punished brutally by the world. And guys, for my MTech, I was the topper. I lost my dad, I told you. I did not have anyone to tell me study. But in my engineering, my dad used to tell me, study, focus on exams, you should get a distinction. I was not listening. So I lost my dad, and then when you don't have a dad, all of you have this experience. Anyone is there who has lost his father like me? Thank God, you're lucky. You have? Okay. So you can understand what I'm going through. When your dad is not there, you are like not only orphan. Orphan is okay, but you are like a helpless child. That's the reason why I take care of my health now. Because your family don't need your money, your family needs you. So when my dad was there, he would tell me, Sandeep, get up, study, discipline yourself. No, Sandeep will not listen. Because some people like me, they only change when they fall down. I fell down. And then I changed. And in my MTech, I was a topper. And no one was there to tell me study. And while studying, one more thing I'll tell you. I enjoyed studying. Anyone enjoy study? Raise a hand. Do you enjoy? Really? What do you mean enjoy study, sir? We don't enjoy. I enjoyed study because I'll tell you, while studying, I would compare or I would remember my past days. And my mind would tell, Sandeep, what is better? Those days. Now, what are those days? I haven't told my dark past. I would sell plastic balls on the road. I have told you, but in detail I'm going to make a video about that. I'm going to show those places. I used to sell plastic balls on the road. So my mind would tell, Sandeep, do you want to sell balls again? No, study. Study is far better. And I enjoyed study, guys. And when you enjoy something, you have to be a topper. Who's going to stop you? I was a topper. In PhD also same thing. Because there was the question of survival. This is a true story. There were two kids, 4-year-old and 5-year-old, they were playing. There was a car, old car, rusty car. And that car was held by a jack. And kids did not know that. And one kid by mistake went underneath the car and the jack came off. The entire car fell on that boy. So they called the mama, help. So there is only one lady and the car is 1 ton, 1.5 ton. You know what she did? She lifted the car. This kid came out. And then all the police and all came and they said, who did this? She said, I did, but I don't know how I did it. I don't know how I did that actually. Why? Because my son was there under the car. And when there is a strong reason to lift the car, you lift the car. Now what is book? If you have a strong reason to read a book, I don't feel so reading will be boring for you. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, all of you know, library full. I'm sure he did not enjoy reading book. But the conditions around him were so severe that he had no other option than to read a book. Wachal dar wachal. If you read only, you're going to survive. When this condition is there, guys, today look at you guys. Mama is there, daddy is there, Amazon is there. Alexa, no, what is that? Alexa is there, AI is there, cars are there, bikes are there. Now tell me, do you have a strong reason to read a book? Like me, I have a strong reason. Many people join my institute and I tell them that reading is a very important key factor. You have to read. Oh yeah, I'm going to read. And they start, but there is no strong reason behind this. The reason must be emotional, guys. Strong emotional reason must be there, which I have. And that's the reason why today I finished my books. The vocabulary is difficult. I mean, it's irritating to pause and write down the words and all that stuff. But no problem. I tell myself that, Sandeep, if you want to really take care of your family, see, understand, guys, dad is a person who will take on the whole world for you. He will take on the whole world for you. Same thing with mothers also. I gave example of don't mess with the mother. You may have seen on Discovery Channel, a small, I was watching that video. That antelope was fighting against a cheetah. Antelope is a deer, fighting against a cheetah for her cub. So usually, antelope will never mess with a cheetah. She knows that. She is finished. But cheetah also knows that it is better to run away from here. Because when mother is furious, she is not going to let anyone down. She is going to kill you. So that strong reason is required. Now, I don't know how to give you that reason. I think a few days before I shared a video with you, Cristiano Ronaldo's video. I don't know whether I shared his son. Did I share? It was asked him that about his son. He said, my son is lazy. My son is not disciplined. And he said that he is lazy because everything is there. He has whatever is needed, Dad is a millionaire. He does not have that strong why. He does not have the reason. I had a reason. I was born in a slum, in ghettos. There was no other option for me than to go and play, My son has everything. Why he will get up in the morning? So that's all, guys. When you come here for communication skills, to build on your vocabulary, how badly you want it, how desperately you want to build your vocabulary, your communication skill, reading will not be boring. For me, reading is heaven. Why it is heaven? Because I have come from hell. So, reading is heaven. I never feel bored. That's all. What is there? No method will work. Sit in this place, sit in that place, have coffee. Nothing is required. If you want, see, all of you have experienced it, When exam is close, look at your concentration. Even a blast goes off, you will not pay attention. Because you're constant. I remember my concert. It is so laser focused. Because you have to cover those 7, 8 chapters. Like we engineering students, we study not only 11th hour, 12th hour we study. So there is no doubt, no question of concentration. Now today also my reason is very strong. My reason is my family. I don't want to let my family down. My kids, my wife, my mother, I don't want to let them down. I want that when my kids go to school, they should be proud that Sandeep Patil is my dad. My mother must be proud that he is my son. And my wife must be proud that he is my husband. That strong reason is there. Therefore, reading is not painful for me. Building a vocabulary is nothing for me. I gave you my experiences, my MTech. Studying MTech, strength of materials, nothing for me. So, how to get a strong reason? I don't know. I think your dad should kick you out of the home. That's a better option. They're holding the umbrella there. Or you, don't worry, helicopter parenting is there everywhere. You go, they are there with you. Once that comfort of your parents is gone. That tutelage it is called. A tutelage means that safety your dad, mom is holding. When it is gone, then there is a battle of survival. And when there is a question of survival, choices don't matter. Whether you feel sleepy or we don't feel sleepy, it doesn't matter. Like I gave example of your mother who is coming from Mumbai, 4 o'clock. You will get up in the morning and fetch her. That's all. There is no other way. There is no other way. My memories are very strong. How many of you have strong memory? You don't have strong memories? I have strong memories for my bad days. I remember all the bad days which I have gone through. And today when I open my book, I don't feel sleepy because I remember those days. That scooter and that cycle and those balls and all. So, that's all guys. We are not human beings. All the logic and all is of no use. There must be strong emotional reason. Logic doesn't work actually. Logic doesn't work. Tragic works. There should be tragedy in life. Logic and all, place a book on the table. You may have heard those self-help books. Place a book near to you. Fix a time. Discipline yourself. Kuch nahi hai, nothing is required. All these things don't work. I told my daughter, you know what? I told her that never ever ask money to anyone after marriage. Never ever ask money. Because your husband will ask you, why? Why do you want? Do you remember that in our school, our teacher used to beat us with a stick, with a cane? Do you remember that? Today we don't have such teachers. Imagine a teacher is there and you are sleeping. Correct. Why will you sleep? You will never sleep because the teacher is there and he will cane you. The parents don't allow teachers to touch the kid. During my days, my teacher used to slap me left, right, middle. Kadak, kadak.